Hey, fourth graders, I hope you are having a great week. I had a fantastic class meeting with you yesterday. Thank you for all of those that were able to join and participate. And let's plan on doing another one of those next week. I want to make them weekly for the rest of the year, and I will get the links out to your parents and just to make sure that everyone has the link. So today we're going to try something a little bit different. It's going to take a little bit of good etiquette on everyone's part to make this work, but I'm really excited for it. So this is a slideshow. It's just a Google slideshow, and what I want us to talk about is I want us to talk about on the slideshow what we are reading for fun. And rather than just having it be like a Canvas discussion, I want us to have pictures and be a little bit more visual. So what I've done is I've created a slide for every student in the class. So Mr. D has one, Casey has one, Bowen has one, Zach Jackson has one, Emma has one. Every single student in the class has their own slide. So there will be there'll be a green slide that has your name on it, and then the slide right after that, will be your slide to edit. So like if I was Casey, this is my green slide, and then Casey is going to edit the white slide afterward. Still just put your little name on the white slide too after the green slide, but that way we can just find people's names really quick. So what you're going to do is you're just going to tell the class about what you're reading, why you've liked it. That's all we're doing today. So this is an example of what it's going to look like when it's done. So I'll show you this example, and then I'll show you kind of step by step of how to do it. So this is a book I've been reading since we've been doing online, and it's called Upstream by Dan Heath, and I think it's been a great book. So I just wrote a short summary of the book up here at the top. I wrote, I have loved reading the book Upstream by Dan Heath during our online learning. In this book, the author describes reasons why we should try and fix problems before they even start and how we can do that. One major thing I learned is that it can be really hard to solve problems before they start, but it usually pays off in the long run. This is what author Dan Heath describes as upstream thinking, thinking that tries to prevent problems rather than react to them when they happen, which is downstream thinking. And then why I've really loved the book. This is the fifth book I've read by this author. All his others he wrote with his brother Chip Heath, and I've enjoyed them all. He does a really good job of teaching how to change our thinking to help solve problems, but without it being boring. The author uses a lot of stories to make sure the reader is engaged. I also like this because life has many challenges, and if I can learn to use upstream thinking, then maybe those will be a bit smoother. So I have a picture of the book over here, and then I have a summary of the book on the top, and then what I've loved about the book on the bottom. So if you're starting with a blank slide, there are really, I'll show you. So if you're starting with a blank slide, put the picture on one side. It doesn't matter which side you want to put it on, but I would recommend doing the book first. Now, there's two ways you can do this. If you are on a laptop with a web camera, on this insert image, you can just scroll down and click on camera, and then it's going to pull up the camera. Yep, Google Docs wants to use my camera. And then I can just take a picture of the camera of the book right there. Click. And then click insert, and it'll insert it for you. And if I double click it, I can crop it so my face isn't in there, or I could keep my face in there if I wanted. And then I can move it around, and I can resize it. That's one way if you have the book right in front of you. If you don't have a web camera or you would like to do it a different way with your parents' permission, you can do a Google search for the book. So I searched Upstream book. So whatever the name of the title of your book is, always put book after that. It's just kind of a little trick I've learned to make sure that you get the book and not like some random thing that also has the title of your book. So I did Upstream book, and it was right there. So then what I did is I right-clicked, and then I clicked on copy image, and I went back to my slide. Oops. And I right-clicked again, and I did paste. And then that's how I got that other picture for the book. So either way will work just fine to get a picture. The next thing you have to do is insert text boxes to make your summary and your why you've liked it. So to do that, here, I'll show you how to do that again real quick. I went a bit quick. To do that, it's this box right here. It's this T inside of a box with 4 little circles on the end. If you click that, then you can go and click and drag. And you can make a text box up there. And then you can make a text box down here. And then in the top text box, you can say summary of Upstream, and in parentheses by Mr. D. You can put your name in it. And then down here, the text box will go away, but still there. You just have to click on it. You can search, you can type in why I've enjoyed it. And then you can write about it. So then that's the basic layout of your slide. You've got a picture, you've got a box up here that's your summary, and then one right here about why you've enjoyed it. And take some time on this. Take some time on this to really make it quality, where you're really giving us a good summary, and you're also telling why you're enjoying it. Because this isn't just for me to see, but I'm doing this on this nice big visual Google slideshow, because then that way all of our peers can see what we're reading. And that way they might get an idea of a book they want to read. I was so inspired by what students mentioned they're reading today that I wanted to kind of have a book sharing party. So that's what this is for. So a couple of things. Thing one, only edit your slide. This only works. Like, we can only do something like this if you only edit your slide. So if don't even worry about being on anyone else's slide. It just never turns out well. So don't edit anyone else's slide. Don't delete anyone else's slide. Just find your name, and it's on here. Everyone's name is on here. So if I'm Vera, there's going to be a white slide right beneath Vera's name. That's the one for you to work on. Okay. And then that's really the main thing. I've made the link so that anyone with the link can edit it, so you shouldn't have any problems getting into it. But if you do, feel free to email me and I can do some troubleshooting with you. But I hope this video has helped you, kind of see what I'm expecting, but then also how to make the slide. And I'm super, super, super excited to see what people come up with. Yeah, so we're going to do that for a couple days this week. We're going to be doing kind of things talking about what we're reading outside of the Hope Chest and Harry Potter. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm excited to see what you come up with. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.